Right, today's the 15th of August 2025. Crazy Market Talk with KEL. Crazy, where logic meets profit. All right, guys, I know that everybody is gearing up for this month itself. And August month, usually we do expect some profit taking from next week onwards. This is a seasonal pattern that usually display in the mid of August. All right, I talked about this before and I want to share with you today. And yesterday, the way the Dow Jones closed at the high was exactly what I was anticipating. I wanted the Dow to close at high because that's how the charts present itself. I'll show you more example very shortly. All right, but meantime is just take note there's a lot of fundamental to go through today. All right, also make sure that you do your money management accordingly. Yep. And of course, later part in the second segment, we will talk about yesterday's market. I woke up a bit early this morning. I did some screen capture for you. So I want you to pay attention to some details. Yeah. Okay. All right. So with that, we will continue our session right now. Just give a short moment. There's some messages coming in as usual at this time. Okay, hopefully I'm done with that. Okay, so let's start with some fundamental first. Yeah, the fundamental. Now, yesterday, the S&P 500 eked out the third day of gains as the traders shake away the hot inflation information. Now, it has been very, very clear that, inflation will definitely hit the world by end of the year. Now, I've been saying this like a broken recorder, and I know that some of you are sick and tired of me talking about this, but you cannot run away from this part here, the hot inflation, okay? This is something that it will not change, and it will not change for anybody else. The market is trying to push higher because the hot money now is coming in, and they to buy stocks to maintain, because everybody, their stakes now is on the stock market. Okay, so the only way to make sure everybody keep on pumping money to the market, aka through the US bonds, is to ensure the stock market keep on going higher. But you must understand, like all balloon, it will get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? There will be that day the balloon will elasticity will blow into so big, then a sudden small little pin that comes in and you'll burst it just like that. Now, don't ask me when would that be. I'll show you an example in the today sharing. All right, I'll explain to you why am I so concerned. So the second segment, do not go away. All right, I know a lot of people like to go away in the second segment because they think, KEL, you're repeating whatever I heard before. I understand that, but you just have to wait for a while. Yeah, okay. So don't do anything first. Just listen to me. I'll tell you more later on. Today will be very, very informative. Yeah. Okay, so let's go and do the fundamental first. What actually is happening right now? What is creating the mayhem now? So the thing is this, we all know that the PPI data came out pretty bad, okay? The wholesale price came out 0.9%. That's way, way, way above the 0.2% that the economist has polled by the Dow Jones expectation. Now think about this, these economists, their main primary job is to do all these economic numbers. And their job has only got one thing to do, is to come out with consensus. And it's only one or two or three, there's a lot of them coming out with this consensus, and apparently they all screw it up. All of them. Okay, so the thing is this is not a joking matter. Wholesale prices is a leading indicator for consumer price. So because of that, right, then people say, no, it's okay. Because now that means that everything is good. Everything is good, so no need to worry about. That's why we can continue buying. So the thing is this right now, because of that, okay, from a 98% of a rate cut, the market now bring it down to 93% of rate cut. All right, it's 98 just yesterday, today 93. So again, the market now is asking Jerome Powell, do you want to take the risk of cutting rates because of some pressure from the White House, or allow inflation to creep up and then create a mayhem? So this is what everybody is now trying to tell the Federal Reserve what to do, all right? And of course, because of that right now, we can see into greater detail. Let's take a look. All right, let's see what happened over here. You can see that this is the US Consumer Price Index. You can see that it is definitely going up, okay? This is definitely going up, all right? So the excluding of food prices and energy prices, the core PPI rose 0.9%. So think about this, excluding food, energy, and trade services is already up so much already, right? So imagine that if they were to put all this inside there itself, right? Oh my God, you cannot imagine how would that be. So again, it's up to you how you see it. But nonetheless, itself, right? The earnings will definitely go up, because when the price goes up, the revenue goes up. Revenue goes up, the increase. So if the producer ensure that profit margin is still available, then of course it will be the same earning for everybody. But the problem is that the consumer will pay more. So give an example, right? The hamburger that we have in a fast food restaurant, right? The burger itself right now for a fillet of fish example, is cost you about probably $4.50, okay? It's somewhere around the same price as before. But the difference, if you notice that the burger itself now is so much smaller, right? You saw the point, right? So the price itself doesn't change, but the burger got smaller. Now for PPI, it's worse. The price went up to $5, and the burger still stays small or even smaller. So that is the problem that's happening right now. So you can see that this is incredible. Look at the jump. Look at the jump here itself. Okay, it really jumped above the last 2-3 months movement. All right. So again, all these speak for itself that what you need to be worried about. So of course, it's very difficult for me to always stand in the front of the train wreck because it's like, whole world calling for buy, and I walk to the sell side, and then people say, come on, Kel, get it wrong. You are totally off cue, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is this, every time when I do this type of motion, you will notice that it's always because I'm very near to the peak. And then after that, when the market starts to collapse itself, right, you will see the whole thing repeatedly happening over and over again. So stay tuned to the second segment. I will tell you why am I rising and raising my flag as always before the market comes off. All right. So I want you to stay tuned, stay with me, do not go away, yeah, or stay online with me until to the end of this today's segment itself. Okay. Now, of course, the Japan economy is doing much better than expected because now they are probably in collude with the US side itself, right? It's very incredible for the Donald Trump administration to work with Japan in this manner. But do you know that, right, this is actually a same thing that Japan always do, is that when they do that itself, right, you will know eventually, right, they will be always one of the catalysts to bring the market down. Yeah, I have an MAO video on this, so watch out for that. So all I can say is this, watch out for the Japan. If Japan do increase interest rate itself, right, be careful on that, yeah? Now, Intel stocks went up because of Donald Trump now decided that they may be considering to take a stake in a chip maker. Oh, wait a minute. Just a couple of days ago, Donald Trump was whacking this guy, the Lip Tan, all right, the CEO of Intel, saying that he was a terrible person. Then after that, he meet him in the White House. Now we're talking about the White House coming in to buy into this particular company. Oh my God. Okay. So it's really like, wow. So to me, it's right. Donald Trump is the best trader in the world. He basically create a mayhem, let the market fall very badly. Then he probably scoop it up at a cheap price and then turn it around and make money from there. My God. But the thing is, this White House, why is the White House involved? Is the White House a part of a sovereign fund? That's interesting. Yeah. So the question is this. They are seemingly putting into that, yeah. They also been taking the video and stuff like that. So all these things tells you that turning it really to what I think is very smart is that they really turn the White House like a business now, and because it's business, right? Everybody talk about money gains, and you have the most powerful man on earth threatening, giving a lot of things that you don't normally do as a president. So all this basically speaks volume why people now are feeling that Donald Trump may really pull it off. But on the flip side itself, by doing that, we are putting ourselves in a very, very mixed picture itself. So that is where my concern factor comes in, yeah? So Donald Trump administration mixing business with politics to build a chip empire. So this is really incredible, yeah? Now, Warren Buffett basically started to buy some shares, and that company is actually this one here. So I paid money for this, by the way, yeah? Okay, they are picking some shares and they are looking at this company. All right, these are companies that they are buying. I suspect that they are buying into this Lockheed Martin. I feel that way. And also maybe some bit of this United Parcel Services. Okay, so you see, okay, I was right. All right. So not too sure what you want to pick, but these are the companies that you can consider to pick a punt. You see that if any of them are doing well, you can pick a bit of buy, you can consider, yeah. These articles I will send to you guys later, yeah. Okay. Now, the potential Fed chairman, right, that's going to be picked. One of the guys is David Zeros, Zeros. Okay, I'll pronounce that. Okay, he's on Jeffries, and he's backing aggressive rate cut. So when you see this word, I mean, he very high chance because anyone who is going to be very into aggressive rate cut is definitely in the same position as what Donald Trump wants. Okay, so anybody feel that way, he should be the one be watched by Donald Trump. So I'll pick out this video, this one to show to you. But the thing is this, I really don't think they should cut the rate so fast. They should cut the rate just to cool down the costing. But if they do it too fast, it will drive inflation through the roof. And end of the day, those who don't know how to make money from the market itself, right, going to really get into hit. Imagine if your income doesn't go up much, right, and then your cost is increasing, definitely for sure itself, right, you will have the pain coming in, yeah? So I'll leave it there for you to decide. Chicago Fed president wants to see a few months of data before increasing interest rates. So again, two camps. One prefer to wait, one prefer to do it immediately. So it's always like that, yeah? And last but not least, itself, right? Warren Buffett bought into the insurer United Health. Remember this company shares I talked to you about? This company is actually one of the favorite darling of the big boys, right? Only that time when they had some problem, you can see that. So now the thing is this, that's news right now. Warren Buffett have been quietly buying this share. So you see, boys, they don't tell you what they are doing. They buy ready, they keep quiet, and then after that, they send the data out because they have to report, and that's where things happen. So you cannot see boys' action when they are doing something, right? They won't tell you definitely for sure, right? Then after that, when it all happen, you get the news, there's two choices. One, forget about it. The other two, just go with it. And this is what's happening right now. Okay, so you decide on this, yeah? So this is how things happen around the world. Hope you enjoy this fundamental sharing. Okay. All right. So that is the fundamental for this morning. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's look into the technical for today. Okay, guys, this is the Dow Jones, and I know that everybody is really hitting me now because back then, okay, when the Dow Jones was basically moving up, okay, I was telling you to be very careful because the big boys were all sellers, right? So now the price goes higher, everybody think that, KEL, you got it wrong. Now the thing is this, guys, our trading is very simple. Above OP, we are just a buyer. That's all. Above OP, we just buy. That's as simple as that, okay? If you want to sell something that is rising up itself, you have to sell it high, okay? So in this case right now, the price is moving up. We can see that. You don't need to be an expert to see that. All right, so above OP is a buy, but then because the KSI is really just buy small, that's all. The thing is this, then why am I so bearish? Now look, my friends, we are now, what level are we right now, guys? We are now at Warren Buffett indicator at 2 times X. To be precise, it's 213% right now, 213% of the GDP, okay? So why am I talking about this thing here? You must understand that the GDP is the entire growth of the country itself. The stock market now, the valuation itself is double of the GDP. So the only reason for that is because there's someone or some entity is buying non-stop. Now, it's just like you tell myself, okay, you like this product here, and then this car is worth, let's say, $1 million, okay? Now, your salary itself maybe can still afford this car. But now this car has been pumped up by somebody to $2 million, and your salary is still there. And you want to buy the car. So what will happen after that? You will not be able to pay for your loans. You will pay for the interest involved. And then what happened? That's where the whole thing collapsed. All right. So I'm not saying that the Dow Jones is a time to sell, but I'm definitely not going to buy big at this period of time. I can buy small every time when it's above the opening price, but you never find me buying big at all, okay, when the KSI is red. Now, of course, you will say, KEL, maybe your KSI is wrong. Okay, so I will tell you this, stay tuned to the second half, and then we talk about this KSI, okay? But today itself is very simple. If the market goes up, we can still see the Dow going to this high at 45,294. Now, if that happens, we will break the all-time high, okay? But if it pulls back, okay, I will give you my personal take, is that it pulls back. Now, this morning, if you notice, for those who wake up earlier, you saw that the KCB at 45,104, all right, was there this morning. Now it triggered already, right? Because now it go higher. You notice that the number disappeared, right? And then the blue line become a violet line. So this line tells you that this market have been triggered. The number itself is 45,104. So I believe that this will be the resistance for today. But now we're above, right? It's okay, fine, then don't touch it. But if Dow Jones later do break and go below 45,104, I think that will be the trigger point to sell. Okay, so watch out for that. 45104. So take a picture on this. I'm going to do that myself to remind myself. Okay, every day I also do this for myself. I'm not the best trader, but I'm just a guy who do my technical. I take it very seriously, and I think that by doing that, right, you give me a bit of room for me to do this. Okay, so upside we are done. Downside, if it really comes down, then the MLP will definitely be the first base that you have to be supported. Yeah, MLP. Okay, let's go. Next market, go. Now, seriously, the last few days, I've been telling you guys about gold to be very careful because of the KSI turning red. So it's the same thing that I told you guys with the Dow Jones right now. So the thing is this, when it comes to Dow Jones, you're like, oh, you're wrong because of KSI. But then when the gold is KSI is red, you're okay, Cal, you're right. Okay. All right, so the thing is this, let me show you a very powerful thing about the diamond today. Yeah? Okay, without the diamonds, you can't see anything. You right click on this. Okay, you see the refresh button. All right, then you will see this diamond, right? This 4 diamond is there. Okay, I want you to do me a favor, go to the diamond, to the candle that has diamond. All right, the number that you will see on the screen, all right, you see on the bottom. Okay, my thing not coming up. Hold on. Okay, on the bottom of the screen now, everybody take a look at the bottom of the screen. You see the number there. The closing price is 3373.66, right? 3373.66, right? Okay. I want you to do yourself a favor, take a line. Okay, right click on it. Change the properties of the horizontal line. 3373. All right, just key that. Oops. Okay, 3373 and press OK. All right. Wow, amazing, right? Okay, you see yesterday when the gold was here, okay, the gold opening price was 335253. Then the gold shoot up all the way to where the diamond line was, okay? And then when it triggered that line and the candle was still red, I told my friends that this is time you can sell gold again. So my friend was saying, wait. You are telling me to sell gold when it's above OP. I said that if you want to sell gold, you can sell gold because it has triggered the diamond line and the bar is still red in color. Red in color. Okay, and I told him that if the KSI is also red, then be careful that we'll be selling. And of course, you can see what happened to gold. The gold really hit the top level and then start to slam down all the way. So why gold come down yesterday? Oh, very simple to understand, because the PPI data was so high, it basically pushed back the chance or the probability of a rate cut. The last 2 days when gold recovered was because everybody was banking on a rate cut, right? So that's why a rate cut means the dollar will fall, hence therefore the gold will rise. So everybody was thinking in that direction. But the problem is that yesterday the PPI data was so strong, so now again the market got weakened and think that the dollar may not come down. Hence therefore gold came off. So that's how you can understand this, okay? So now for today, all right, today sun is done. I think it's how we must use of now. The diamond line. Okay, so for today, the opening price is 3336. 3336, okay? And interestingly, the KSI turns green. Interesting, because by right should be red, market have been coming down, so that's why it turned green. Interesting. Okay, so now if the market stays above OP, the MLP will be the first target if we're going. For MLP, what's level? MLP is 3345. 3345, okay? Okay, so if you ask me, then gold might be going there first, tap on the MLP, then we see can it go up. But today, you can see the gold doesn't have a very good vibe, but this morning I wrote to you already, right? First of all, it's below the diamond line. Second of all, it's below the MA. Third of all, it's also below the KCL. Then after that itself, right, it's also now potentially may go below OP, all right? So all these things speak for itself, yeah? This one thing to take note, yeah? Be very, very careful on that, okay? All right, so that is something to watch out for, and we will look into that to look and see what happened, okay? So guys, take note of this one. Now, the thing is this, if the gold price do fall, then the price may really go down all the way, and this is quite ugly here as well. This can be 3290, all right? This KCB is a 3290. All right, if you look at it, 3290 is the KCB target. So will the gold price be forced down to here? I don't think so fundamentally. But again, if the market wants to do that, anything can happen. Yeah. So just take note of that. So once the gold break below OP, I will give you a small suggestion is that don't buy first. Okay. Wait for a while. Yeah. Don't go and jump in and try to pick the bottom. All right. Hope you understand this. Yeah. Okay. So this is what happened to the Dow Jones and the gold market. Let's look into the Bitcoin market right now. Okay, so the thing is this is the Bitcoin, and you can see the same thing happening. There was a stacked diamond that's a couple of days ago, right? So the stacked diamond, what number was that? That number is the same line that you can see on the here. This is the closing price, because this one was a KCL, yeah, because it was a color change from red to yellow, and the KSI was green, so that's why the KCL line came out. And the KCL line is the same line like the diamond line itself if they are together, yeah. So you can see how amazing it is when the market goes above it. Wow, that's why it fly out, right? So yesterday was inch perfect. When the price opened up, right, it went down first, and look at the low. Oh my goodness, look at the low. The low was exactly at the KCL line. And it's also the diamond line. Oh my goodness, this is really, really incredible. Now, the thing is, this Bitcoin has been only in the market for the last 10 over years, okay? But my strategy itself have been there for more than 15 years. And the thing is that people will complain and say that, oh, because this is all the past historical data, that's why your indicator can work. But the thing is this, now it's working even. And now it's even working, okay, on this itself, right? It's even working now on this, on Bitcoin, okay, on Bitcoin. Okay, so the thing is this, okay, the thing is this. If this is Bitcoin and it's moving and it can be exactly the same, this is incredible, okay? This is incredible, all right? So that is reason why I know that, okay, this is going to be a very crazy time, all right? Crazy time here. Oh, yeah, some message coming in. Okay. All right. So this one, just take note of this. Yep. Okay. So for today, the opening price is 117,989. All right. Right. So the thing is this, do you notice that the MA30 is right here? The market basically stabilized at the MA30 and then rebounded. Very interesting, right? Again, our TAs is perfect. Yeah. So the upside will be the MLP, which is at 1203434. So if Bitcoin is to go up, the first target will be here. That's for today's target. Okay, all right. Wait a minute, yeah. A lot of messages all coming in at the same time, even though they know that I'm on Zoom. Oh gosh. Okay, so that is the upside for the Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin is to trade down instead and break below the MA30, then guys, this will be the target that I'm looking at. So what number is this? This number, it will be on 115064. Write it down somewhere, guys. 115064. Okay? So the upside will be this number, 120,434. The downside number will be 115,064. Now you ask me which number most likely will happen. I cannot believe that this may happen over the weekend. Okay, because we have a very strong reversal as of yesterday. Okay, so this one, just take note of that. Very, very important. Okay, so got it? All clear, yeah? Okay, now let's look at the next one, which is the currency market. Now, currency market itself, we talked about the dollar yen yesterday. So let's do a dollar yen today. So the dollar yen yesterday really, really came down. I told you guys that the dollar yen will come down to here, right? Remember yesterday we talked about dollar yen coming down to 14631, 14631, yes. And exactly it touched that number beautifully without a doubt. And then that was where it rebounded. Very powerful, right? Our system, we give a precise number and the market really goes towards that itself. And once you hit that level, the market just instantly rebounded over there. Incredible. All right, so the KCB is a very powerful system, yeah? A very powerful indicator. You really have to utilize it. All right, for those who went for my KCB class, you will know that how to use the advanced level KCB to do reversal trade itself. Right, if you don't understand what I'm trying to say, hear the word reversal trade. You probably can understand where I'm coming from. Okay, so the thing is this right now, today, we have the dollar yen now trading lower. Interesting. So that means the dollar is actually giving way. So that maybe will give a little bit of kick to the gold price to support it for time being. All right, so the dollar yen right now likely will trip downwards to back to 146.80 level because we have the MA rejecting it very strongly. And now the MA 200 is supporting it very strongly. So which means that if the market do break below the MA 200 with the KSI red, the boys are selling, the retails are selling, then there's a very high chance the 146.80 level will be tripped in the market. All right. So you can see that our system itself is very, very simple. We just have to follow the flow and then we trade accordingly itself. Yeah. Okay. All clear. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for this half an hour session. Today a bit longer than usual because there's so many to cover. We'll take a short break for 2 minutes and we'll come back, okay, to talk about the yesterday's market and why am I seriously thinking that we should be very careful for the US Dow Jones itself. I'll explain to you in step by step on why and everything. All right, so see you in 2 minutes time. Don't go away. Okay, bye-bye.